One of the biggest benefits of using current RMS is the reporting element of the system. This gives you key insight into how your business is performing and allows you to make the correct strategic decisions. Admin users can head to the report section at the top of the navigation bar. We're going to cover some of the key reports in this particular video. So first of all, we've got the customer income report. This report allows you to see who your best customers are in terms of revenue. What you can also do here is use the date range to filter. So say if I wanted to see revenue this week, you can see that it automatically adjusts. So you can see revenue per customer over time. Next up, we have the product rental income report. So this is similar to the customer report, but this is on your products, of course. And so this is where you may look at your best performers in terms of revenue and think, I need to buy more of those. We then move down to the product sub-rental report. So if you find yourself constantly short of a certain asset and you're always having to go to other rental companies to cross-rent it or sub-rent it, you might look at this report and say, well, we're sub-renting this wireless mouse a lot. Why don't we buy more of them ourselves and then we can just keep the full profit? Another report that we have is the rental asset listing report. And so if you fill in the replacement charge or purchase price against your products, you can use this report to understand the total value of your overall stock. So this is really helpful if you need this number for insurance purposes. So all you have to do is simply generate this report. At the top, we have the option to download as Excel or CSV. You can simply sum the column, and that will give you the total value of all of your stock. As we continue into the reports, we then have the never rented or sold report. So this is your flip side of utilization and gives you an idea of products that are not being rented out. So initially, this is an all-time report. So this is actually quite good because all of my products in my system are being rented. But again, if we date range this and say, what has not been rented in the past week, it will tell us this information very, very easily. And if we constantly see the same product in here, we might want to put a marketing campaign around getting it out more, or perhaps sell it off because we're not using it. The final report that I just want to highlight is the What's Out Where report. And this is just showing you everything that's currently out on rent, who's got it, and whereabouts it is. Okay, so whilst there are a number of standard reports, you can also use custom views in current RMS to pull your own information from the system. So as an example, let's say that I want to generate a report for all confirmed orders this month. Because we're looking to build that view against our jobs, we are going to click into the opportunity section. And from here, we can hover over the word view underneath the search bar and click create to the right. So first of all, what we need to do is give this view a name. So this might be all confirmed orders starting this month. Next up, we then have attributes. And attributes are simply the columns of data we want to see on the report. So let's say I want to include the subject or the job name. I might also want the customer, so the organization. We may also want the charge total of the job. So let's go ahead and find that and put that in. There's the charge total. We may want the start date of the job. And also we may want the job number. Okay, so I've got 5 columns that I want on my report. As we move down, we then have quick filters. So let's say in this example, if we just want to see orders, we can tick the box for that. Just a word of advice on this. Say if we wanted to see both quotes and orders, do not tick both boxes. The reason why is because it's impossible for something to be a quote and an order at the same time. So it must match. You can always use criteria underneath to filter based on multiple of these boxes if you need to. But ultimately, we've filtered this down for orders. All we need to do now is use criteria at the bottom to filter by date range because we want to see orders in just this month. So if we click add new criteria, this is all of our different column headings. And so we can select a column heading that we want to filter on, start date, and I could just put this as this month if I want that to be a rolling report. However, it is worth noting that if you want a certain date range, you could just say start date is before or is after, and you can just select the actual date and time range that you want there. But because I want to just keep this as a rolling report, I'm going to put start date is this month. So once I am happy with the report that I have created, I can then create that custom view. Okay, so this has given me my report with my 5 column headings here, and we have 3 matching jobs here. So as an example here, if you ever need to go back into this report, say if I just go back into my default view, as you probably saw there, you can always click on the word view under the search bar to revisit any custom views that you have generated in the past. And if I want to do further analysis on this report, I can also use this little download option to take it out to a spreadsheet to do further analysis. And I could also potentially sum the column heading to see the total value of all orders starting in this month.